Hello everyone and welcome back to How's That Pokemon?
How is that Pokemon?
I don't know, I guess I'll have to find out. A show where Ken and Kenneth try to convince me to like Pokemon I've never heard of.
Oh, I'm gonna convince you, alright.
Oh, I see. Alright, so you two, tell me what Pokemon you have and give me a one-sentence long description of that Pokemon.
I choose you, Shiinotic, the terrifying mushroom Pokemon.
Yeah.
Kenneth, what about you?
I got Silvally, that's not what the synthetic Pokemon, otherwise known as the Chimera Pokemon.
He's a fucking dog. With some other parts that are from other animals.
Oh.
She's a Chimera.
Alright, so,
He's a good boy.
who's talking first?
So Shiinotic, this little guy,
Aw, so cute.
really? I did
Yeah,
not expect that to be the first thing I hear out of the mouth.
It's like a little alien with an umbrella for a head.
Actually,
Sure.
yes, and he's fucking terrifying.
What makes him terrifying?
He is the illuminating Pokemon because he shines, thus his name. He's also slightly based off of a shiitake mushroom, which is why his name has two eyes in it for Shiinotic.
Oh, like shiitake and shine.
Yeah, and hypnotic because it's a fairy grass type Pokemon.
Oh, hypnotic, so it's like a magic mushroom.
Yeah,
Nice.
like straight up,
I love it.
like a straight up magic mushroom that wants to murder you. These fucking Pokemon are terrifying. Their Pokédex entry in Pokemon Sun reads, "Forests where Shiinotic live are treacherous to enter at night. People confused by its strange lights can never find their way home again."
Oh, shit.
So they're like, you're right, they're like alien mushrooms. They're like aliens that abduct people. At the same time, they're also just like terrifying mushroom creatures.
That's spooky. It sounds kind of like Phantump, though.
Yeah, but these also have like things that they do to you when they lure you in the woods. When its prey succumb to sleep, this Pokemon feeds on them by sucking their energy away. Whatever that means, I don't know what that means. They just, they're grass type
What is that,
Pokemon.
Giga
and
Drain? Yeah.
Most grass type Pokemon absorb and stuff like that, so I guess that's just literally what they're doing. But the idea that these Pokemon put you to sleep and then just murder you. They lure you into the forest to murder you. That's what these Pokemon do.
Alright, so I want you to think on for a moment, how is that fundamentally different from Hypno? And is this better than Hypno in
Yes.
any way? But while you're thinking on that, Kenneth, throw it at me.
Let's see, Silvally, the synthetic Pokemon, it is a Chimera. It's got like a bird wing in the middle of its head. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, like it's its
but-
helmet.
Wait,
It's a Chimera.
But it's
It
actually
has-
part of its body.
but it's like
Yeah.
its head is a wing.
Its
Yeah.
head is kind of like bald eagle reminiscent, and then it has like a fish tail and like a black furry body, and then
Dragon.
some like dragon green like claws for its front.
What's its
feet.
deal?
It's literally a synthetic Pokemon. It's not natural.
Would you like
It's
to?
made.
Would you like to tell Jacob what its pre-evolution's name is?
Oh, it's a type null with a semicolon in between that. Type null, like null and void. Type null.
Oh, but its name is type
No.
colon null.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
name
yeah,
of the
like,
Pokemon.
Like you don't say type colon null, but
It's type null.
Yeah, that's the name of the Pokemon.
Because it's scientifically constructed.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
And this is
Silvally is the evolution when you reach, like, as far as the game, you have to reach a certain friendship level involving up, but that's how in the anime or in the lore, it evolved from building a bond with its partner.
and that's a big deal because in the games, its friendship starts at 0.
Yeah.
So it takes a long ass time to get there.
Really, 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 really long time. I had to
Yeah.
complete the Pokedex. It took me for goddamn ever.
Yeah. I don't think I have
What
a
do most
symbol.
Pokemon's friendships start at?
Like 150.
And what does it need to reach to evolve?
You get to evolve. I think it's got to be max
I think.
250. I think it's got to be max at 250 or
Yeah, it says right here,
255.
base friendship 0.
Yeah,
And you need to get How do you get one friendship point?
By walking around for a certain amount of time, by giving it a rare candy, it'll get 1 point. Or it's 2 points for leveling up, I think, actually.
It's within the game treating the Pokemon well, keeping its health up.
Right.
But what do I do that achieves one friendship?
There's a lot of different things in the games that you can do. It does take time, though. It's just like stuff naturally, like beating Pokemon in battle.
But I guess what I'm asking isn't just how does it gain friendship, but rather what.
No, I'm saying
what
literally you get 1 point for beating something like in
really?
there's a whole
takes forever.
There's a whole scale you'd have to learn on a chart, look on a chart, and like, most Pokemon don't evolve until they're in like the 210 range.
But keep its health up, keep it. Take care of status conditions real quick after a battle.
It can lose points too. So if it dies in a battle and
faints,
if it faints while it's poisoned, or this was in older generations, it doesn't do that anymore. But if you had a poison Pokemon right in Generation 3 or 2 or 1, and it fainted on the way back to the Pokemon Center, you would lose 5 points for that.
Crap!
Which is a big deal.
All right, Kane, throw that lore at me. You know I need it.
I found out that this Pokemon can have sex with a fuck ton of grass-type Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Because there are about a fuck ton of grass-type Pokemon. And of these Pokemon, I'm sure you would like to know are Turtwig, Venusaur, Sunflora.
Oh, Sunflora, yeah.
Breloom, my favorite of the mushroom Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Breloom's the evolved form of the little mushroom boy from
Tangrowth.
What's Tangrowth?
The evolved form of Tangela.
Tangela?
We went back to Tangela?
Yeah.
How many Tangelas do we need?
You should play through the Gen 4 games.
Isn't one too many? Wait. This is very important to me. I know there's a pre-evolved version of Mr. Mime. Did we evolve Mr. Mime?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
But Mime Jr., I like Mime Jr.
I love Mime Jr. I think Mime Jr.'s design is way better than Mr. Mime's design.
Mime Jr.
Well, the bar was so
before you asked me what makes this Pokemon better than Hypno, in design, it's way cuter than Hypno. Hypno's scary. He's
That's
like
true.
the old man that you don't want touching you. This thing is like alien and weird looking, but like if it touched you, you're like, whoa, that's so cool.
Hypno
like,
looks like he doesn't have a shirt on.
Yeah.
It's like E.T.
Yeah, it's like, it's E.T., but it's fucking me.
E.T. fuck home.
Also,
there's like 3 different E.T.
competitive-wise, this Pokemon is fucking awesome because it's a fairy type.
Oh, cool. We'll get back to that in a bit.
Oh.
Kenneth, lure me up.
It's a synthetic Pokemon that was made in a lab. So
Yeah,
that's
but, like,
why they have.
Why did they make it?
I don't even remember because
It
honestly,
can-
the
it can-
damn
it's-
story in Pokemon
it's-
Sun and Moon, fucking, I'm here to battle. Man.
It's like Genesect. It's basically like they took the legendary
is
Pokemon
like
Genesect. It is. They basically were like, this is a legendary Pokemon. Let's see if we can make it, but not legendary.
like Kane was talking about typing. What's your favorite type of Pokemon?
No, I guess maybe dragon.
Oh, that's what type Null is. Kane, what's your favorite type of Pokemon?
I like flying type Pokemon.
Oh, Silvally's a flying type too. I really like fire Pokemon. He's a fire type.
Oh, because he can just be whatever. It's
you
like,
can put like a disc.
you give him a
inside
disc and he becomes that type.
Oh,
and then
cool.
he has an attack called multi-attack, which becomes whatever type.
It's a permanent stab move.
Yeah, it becomes whatever type it is, so you get the stab effect on top of the move, no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
No matter what you
and
do.
it's a pretty decent. I think it's like a 60 base attack, and I think it's special. It might be physical. I don't know.
I think it's a better special attack.
I think
So
it's
does Silvally factor into the game at all? Like,
Yes.
is it like go to
Yes.
Cinnabar Island? And
He
see
is the
adventures
lead
and stuff?
Pokemon of the main rival in that game.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
so
the
you-
main rival, the Sasuke rival in that game.
Yeah.
The moody one. There's,
So,
you have like
so
8
you're
rivals.
seeing a lot of him. You're double battling with him.
Yeah,
I think at least once or twice, and you're battling him.
he's the Bakugo.
And then you get one.
Yeah,
And then you have to go through the grind of fucking starting at 0.
When does your rival evolve his type null into a Silvally? Is it like crazy early on?
No,
And-
it's not until the battle right before you go to the Elite Four.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's throughout the story, and you see that because the character has a character change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see as he becomes more friendly and stuff that
That's when his
that's when
type
he
null evolves.
that's when the friendship is high enough for it to evolve.
Right, when he's finally like, we could be friends, I guess.
Ah,
Yeah, it's
that's
really
so
sweet.
cool. I like that.
It's really
and his
sweet.
evolution represents his growth as a character.
Yeah, and then he's like, there are 2 other type null in existence. I'm gonna let you have one. And you're like, okay. And then you realize how much of a bitch it is to train.
And where's the third one go?
I don't remember where the third one is.
But for its Pokédex entry, for Sun, its trust in its partner is what awakens it. This Pokemon is capable of changing its type, a flexibility that is well displayed in battle.
That's pretty cool.
Also, although its name was type Null at first, the boy who evolved it into this form gave it the name by which it is now known.
Like the first person who ever evolved it?
So the character in the game that's your rival,
Gladion?
he's the one that
Gladion?
names it Silvally.
Silvally? Okay. So he's the first person to ever evolve type Null.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay, so that's
that's crazy awesome.
And which they think is the name is just from a combination of either Silver and Ally or Silver and Buddy, which is not that.
So I'm
groundbreaking.
Mostly curious as to where he gets it. Where does he get his type Null, and why does he have one?
in the lore.
Yeah.
It's because he's part of
the what are they called?
they're called the Aether Foundation.
Yeah, the Aether Foundation.
Yeah, remember how I told you in Sun and Moon in a previous episode, Team Skull was like the bad guys, but they're not really like the main bad guys.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of just like assholes that like actually just like ravage a town and they're just like fucking with the system.
Teenage
Whereas
punks.
the other evil team is the Aether Foundation, which is an organized group of like rich people that are scientists.
Yeah.
Which I never like in my games or like nerd stuff. I never like the word foundation. Like I already feel an evil vibe. Like when you're the whatever foundation,
Everyone wears
I'm
like
ooh.
clean white suits.
Yeah,
and
they're all very.
They all
look like
want to hurt you.
You heard it here first. World Wildlife
Foundation.
Or is it
See
actually
through your-
Federation?
Federation.
It's Federation.
Is it Federation?
That's way better than Foundation.
Yeah, because the whole thing with the WWF.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some good.
We still
foundation
see through
somewhere.
You're probably right.
Yeah. But I just get a bad vibe from
Foundation.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
I get a bad vibe from somebody that puts Aether in their name.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Like,
Aether.
that's
yeah.
like that's already like this is a little weird.
You're doubling down.
Hello, we're Anti-Friendship Co.
Yeah.
All right, Kane, hit me with that competition, competitive play. How does he handle?
First of all, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So grass is one of the weakest types in the game, right?
Yeah.
Just because it has so many
Yeah.
weaknesses. But this balances the shit out of that by making it a grass fairy type, which
Oh.
is the most defensively powerful
Yeah.
typing in the game. So its stats are alright in terms of like base stats, but its typing alone gives it a pretty decent advantage. It's immune to dragon types and resistance to fighting, ground, water, grass, electric, and dark types. That's 7 types
Wow.
that it's resistant to, and one of them it doesn't get affected by. It is weak to flying, poison, steel, fire, and ice, and it's 4 times weak to poison, which is dangerous, but not a lot of people really use poison and stab. In general, I feel like mostly poison-type Pokemons are to set up toxic spikes or to double poison with toxic, so nobody's using poison types for stab most of the time.
So, let's compare this to other mushroom type Pokemon real quick.
We've got Parasect, which is basically useless.
Yeah.
We've got
You light a match.
we've got Breloom, which is one of my favorite grass type, pretty much my favorite grass type Pokemon because it's a grass fighting type Pokemon. I also think he's really cute, and he's based off of a kangaroo and also a mushroom. This one is the creepiest alien looking one, and I think he's really cool.
How does a fairy type via fire or via fighting type work?
Well, fighting is resistant to fairy,
Oh, okay.
so fairy is better.
So-
fairy is super effective against fighting types.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So this is technically better Pokemon.
So of all 3 Pokemon competitively, if you had to put a mushroom on your team, you'd want to go Shiinotic?
Yeah, and Shiinotic's got an interesting move pool too, right? So it's got powerful grass type moves, powerful fairy type moves, so it's a good attacker, but it's also useful. It's a great healer as well, so it can keep its health up. It's an interesting, if you're building a rain team, this Pokemon knows the move Rain Dish, which allows it to heal itself in the rain.
Oh, that's
Even
cool.
though
It's not a water type.
Even though it doesn't use Rain Dance, but if you're building around a rain-centered team, having this Pokemon will add to coverage, and not only will you be able to take out Dragon-type Pokemon, but you'll have a decent Grass-type Pokemon as well.
Yeah. That's super cool.
I think in competitive play, Shiinotic isn't necessarily the best. I'm not a competitive expert. I'm super interested in getting into competitive play with Pokemon, but in general, it's an interesting Pokemon. It's got a decent move pool, and I think that's enough for people to start using it. The only downside is it's fucking slow.
Oh.
Which, competitively, that is really big.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to make sure you hit first.
Yeah.
All right, Kenneth, that sweet, sweet competitive play. You know I need it.
So, like we were worried about the stat total. The stat total for Silvally is 570, and it's evenly distributed 95 for every stat.
Oh, so it's super even across the board.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
way better stats than anything Shiinotic's got.
So, what we're looking at on this Pokemon is basically... Because, 95 for everything, that's good, not great.
Yeah.
We're talking jack of all trades, master of none.
Now, is this one of those where it's almost so balanced? Do they allow it in competitive play? Do you know?
I don't think so because it's a legendary.
It's not legendary.
It says... what did it say?
There's only like 4 Pokemon in competitive play that are banned.
Yeah.
And that's like
Well, it
Mega
says-
Rayquaza. It just depends on... It
Because
just
Mega
depends on...
Rayquaza is a fucking...
It's
demon
stupid good.
from hell.
There's only... Yeah, it's stupid good. It's
And when
just
it's
stupid
shiny,
ridiculous.
it's...
Oh.
When it's shiny,
Oh
boy.
my goodness. It's so sexy.
It was in a bad movie, though.
There are different tiers for Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, do you know what competitive
It
tiers is?
says
Is it Uber?
Silvally is a normal type legendary Pokemon introduced in Gen
really? They consider it
7.
legendary? I did
That's what
not
it says
know
on
that.
Wikipedia.
I didn't know that they
Well,
consider
so-
it legendary.
I mean, obviously, I know what the Pokemon competitive tiers are, but for those of us who don't, what are they?
Well,
Yeah.
let's ask my friend Google.
in
Is
case somebody didn't know.
Silvally a... Sorry, it's not learning my voice. Is Silvally the Pokemon... what is it in competitive tier?
Here are some results from a search.
It's in OU, which is overused. So it's not quite in Uber tier, which is like most legendary Pokemon, like Kyogre or Groudon would be in Uber. This is overused, which is like pretty decent teams, like what you would expect. So this is a good Pokemon. It's not too good to where it'd be like in a tier that's like, you shouldn't play with these because you'll break the game.
Oh, that's the legendary.
That's an Uber tier. But Mega Rayquaza is not allowed in Uber tier.
Yeah. Mega Rayquaza is like...
Like most
God
Mega
tier.
evolutions would be considered an Uber as well because of their stats.
But even Mega Rayquaza, there's just no tier where they're like, we can let this guy in.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to invent a full new tier, and if so, everyone would just have teams of Mega Rayquaza.
Yes.
So...
Now, just a second though, I just want to know for this, because this will also affect future episodes, I'm sure. They have Uber, overused. Is there like a underused and a used?
There's like an underused and then there's like a never used category.
There's a
Let me
is never used
smoke on
once they
tier
can?
list. Let me look it up real quick.
Never used probably
It's
We're
like
talking
it's
like
like we're talking about baby Pokemon.
Wartortle.
No, we're talking about like Squirtle.
Yeah, even more.
Are there never used competitive competitions? Because I would love to see that. It's everybody fighting with like Caterpies and shit.
There's gonna be
Okay, we
one
got
on
it.
the
So-
channel if we need to make it a
Yeah,
thing.
because that sounds amazing.
We've got
When I rolled up with 4 Weedles and a Metapod.
it says banned Pokemon Mega Rayquaza. It's
Yeah,
the
of
only
course.
one for Gen 7. There's overused. Wait, no, there's Ubers. So there's Ubers. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they pick you up and everything.
That's
They
the
take
crazy
everything
one.
too.
There's overused. There are banned Pokemon in overused.
Wait,
all the Deoxys, Dialga, Blaziken, Arceus, Aegislash.
Wait, but if they're banned, how are they in overused?
Because you can play them in Ubers.
Oh, okay, they're banned, but they're for Uber
Because
tier.
it's based on stats.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
saying
stat
even though the stats qualify for overused, you can't play with these Pokemon.
But if you were in a competition where they're saying this is an Uber tier competition,
you
play
could
with
use those Pokemon. Yes.
Or if this is
because
in-
the only Pokemon that's banned in an Uber competition is Mega Rayquaza.
them. Got it. So let's say it's not an Uber. Now they're like, we're an overused tier competition,
Right.
and everybody's using overused.
Yeah, and there's certain like Mawile is no longer allowed in overused.
Is it allowed in Uber?
It is like if you were to make it a Mega Mawile, you could use a regular Mawile just fine, but Mega Mawile, which is why you'd want to use Mawile on your team, is no longer.
Now, what's under overused? Standard?
Underused is after overused.
Oh, there's no just like normal?
Overused is like normal.
Oh. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and then there's underused. There's no just used, which is interesting.
But name
underused,
like 5 Pokemon that are in underused, just so I know what's going on.
I don't know. Pokemon.
It doesn't say.
I mean, it doesn't give me a list of all the Pokemon in them. It just says what Pokemon aren't allowed in them.
Oh.
You could use like Blastoise.
In underused?
Yeah. You could use. I don't know. You could use like this is underused is still like fully evolved Pokemon.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
then it's never used is they're not even fully evolved.
After underused is rarely used.
Oh, and what do we have in rarely used?
Still evolved Pokemon, but there are more
so-
banned Pokemon than there were before.
Okay.
The banned list gets bigger and bigger.
And what's under rarely used? There's got to be a never.
Never used.
Okay.
Which
Caterpie.
is baby
Magikarp.
Pokemon that aren't. All Pokemon that are just short of rarely used in terms of required usage amounts, which equates to 50% chance of encountering the Pokemon in RU in 20 battles.
Okay.
So I guess the tier lists can shift depending on competitive people bringing certain Pokemon into play.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I can get that. So, in general, though, it's the banned, we never fucking touch them. Under that, it's uber. Under that, it's overused.
And then-
Underused.
and then there's
Rarely used.
PU, which is its own thing.
Gross.
And it doesn't stand for anything.
What?
Yeah, it just exists, and it's under never used. It's under NU.
Oh, wait, is that literally the joke?
I think it
they
might
stink?
be PU. These Pokemon stink.
Yeah, and it's just Pokemon that are just like
Magikarp,
Pokemon that just have super load, like aren't used in the never used cup. Like
Then
just-
I want to circle this right back around what Kenneth said earlier. It looks like we're doing a PU tier competition
Look,
on Super
I just want to let you guys know that Linoon, the Pokemon Linoon, the evolved form of Zigzagoon, is banned in the PU tier.
But he's cool and underused.
And rarely used. Yeah,
Oh my
yes. And then there's Little Cup, which is Pokemon that are the lowest evolutions.
Pichu!
But Pokemon with no evolutions are banned from this list.
Yeah,
for
because
Little
their
Cup.
because their
Oh, makes
stats add up
sense.
differently.
And
Yeah.
then there's an entirely different tier list for doubles.
All right, where were we at before we went on that tangent?
Silvally,
Silvally is useful. Shiinotic's not useful, but Shiinotic's fucking scary.
the main thing is Silvally is basically
Whatever you want.
whatever team you're running, you can use it. It can learn. If we're looking at level up TM and HM and move tutors, it can basically learn a good move from just about every type. I mean, I'm going through the list.
And it's got decent
Normal-
it's got 95 on
95
all,
everything.
So you can get like a decent stab attack move and decent stab special
Yeah.
move with whatever you have.
I mean, like I saw. I mean, there's.
It doesn't matter.
It can learn. You can teach it Rain Dance and Thunderbolt. Put it on a Rain team.
So it's just super adaptable.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, final verdict.
Wait, can I show you the
Oh
colors?
yeah. Okay. Final thoughts.
So the shiny colors. So Shiinotic's already really pretty. It's got this purple and green alien hue.
That's the
But its
non-shiny?
shiny version is
It's
brown
shiny
with a
version
yellow top, and, he looks like a
changes
real.
how it looks too. It doesn't just change the color. It also changed the silhouette, didn't it?
Well, no, they just move. They're 3 dimensions in
Oh.
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
No, but I meant look at the around the umbrella.
Oh no, that just actually like kind of like fluffs.
Goes
It's like
Aw.
it's like a real mushroom
That's
hat,
cool.
kind of. It's cute. It's more like a pillow than it is like a real mushroom, I guess.
Huh.
Like in the way that it looks.
Oh, that's so
Shiny.
cool.
I think we kind of just.
He just kinda
more
gets
of a
like a-
cream head than white, and that's kind of it.
That's it.
You get some
Silvally is one
accents
of
on
those
his tail.
Silvally does actually change color depending, like he has a stripe on his head that changes color depending on what disc you have.
Yes.
that's
Let
so
me.
That does. So you do get a
I
little more
just-
customization in his sense,
I just
which I
had
do
it.
like in Pokemon. And you got all the cool customizable Pokemon, Kenneth.
Oh, it is cool.
I do still have to say that Shiinotic is a mushroom, and you can make a mushroom team Pokemon. Like you can make a mushroom-based Pokemon team.
And that is cool, and I like the theoretical idea of like we're having a Parasect. Oh, he's dead.
Right.
And our other, how many mushroom Pokemon are they? Just the 3?
I think it's just the 3
It's
main
not a
ones.
team if it's 3.
You can have its pre-evolutions. They each have a pre-evolution. I'm just saying.
So you what you're saying is you running into battle with a Shroomish.
Look, if I'm a gym leader,
Yeah, if you're the second gym leader, and you got a Shroomish, a Paris, and then a Breloom.
and then a Shiinotic to one up everybody. Oh no, there's a Moongus.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
The one that looks like a
Moongus.
Pokeball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen that one.
Are there more? I think that's it.
All right, final verdict. I'm giving this one to Silvally. And I'm giving it to Silvally partially because one of the cool things I like about Shiinotic is that it's a spooky Pokemon, and you know I love me some spookiness. But we already had a better spooky show-off wherein both of them were significantly spookier than this. Look, Shiinotic would get devoured alive by any of the spooky Pokemon we've already had. Malamar,
Yeah,
or
Malamar.
Phantump, or Marshadow would all, yeah. So its main benefit doesn't really hold up well. And it is not spookier than Silvally is
Cooler.
Yeah. And Silvally won because Silvally is fun and has interesting lore. And the lore is more interesting than Shiinotic's spookiness.
That's fair. I'm not upset about it. I think Shiinotic's fucking gross.
See you next time!